So this is one of the exponent properties, and it's called power of a power property. And what happens is that there's going to be an exponent outside of the parentheses, and that means that you have to multiply. So what happens is this is saying it's x to the 10th, and then that's all to the second power. So what you're going to do is you're going to leave the base the same, so it's going to be x. Then what you're going to do is you're going to multiply 10 times 2, so that's going to be to the 20th power, and that would be your final answer because there's nothing else you can do. You have your base, you have your exponent. Now this next one, what happens is you have this 4 on the outside. This fourth power means you have to give it to each of the bases. -5 is a base because it has this little 1 as a base, okay? M to the 8th, M's the base, and then N to the 1st. So you have to give that 4 to each of these values. So this one's going to be -5, and I put it in parentheses because I don't want to take away from that it's actually a -5 that it is. So -5 to the 4th power. I have M to the 8th, or I'm actually going to be the 32nd power. And then I have N to the 4th power. So I did 8 times 4 is 32, 4 times 1 is 4, and then 1 times 4 is 4. So now I'm not done because I have to figure out what -5 to the 4th power is, and that means that it's -5 times -5 times -5 times -5. So that is going to be 625 m to the 32nd power times n to the 4th power. That would be our final answer. Okay, next one. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to distribute this 2. So I'm going to give it to the 3 because there's this imaginary 1 here, and then to the c to the 5th. So I have -8 c to the 5th, and then I have times, it's going to be 3 squared, and 5 times 2 is c to the 10th power. Okay. I'm going to make sure I rewrite this. So I have -8 c to the 5th, because I want to simplify, times 3 squared means 3 times 3, which is 9, and then c to the 10th. We're multiplying, so I'm going to multiply the coefficients -8 and 9, so it's -72. I have c to the 5th, and we're multiplying to c to the 10th, and so that means you're going to add, so it's going to be c to the 15th, and that would be our final answer. Okay, our next one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of these exponents on the outside. So I'm going to distribute it. So I have -2, and I'm going to put that in parentheses to the 3rd power. I have y to the 24th because 8 times 3 is 24, and I have z to the 3rd. Okay, then that's going to be multiplied by 3 squared, y to the 2nd power, and z to the 4th power. So -2 times -2 times -2 is a negative, that would be a -8, y to the 24th, z to the 3rd, times 9, because 3 times 3 is 9, and I have y to the 2nd, z to the 4th. I'm multiplying, so now I want to add the exponents that have the same base, so I have -8 times 9, which is just a -72. 24 plus 2, so that's going to give me y to the 26th, and 3 plus 4, which is actually it's going to be z to the 7th. So that's going to be my final answer. Okay, my last problem has to deal with negative exponents, so I'm still going to distribute that negative. So I have 3 to the -6th power. I have x times x to the -24th power, and y, and I have -7 times the -6, which is a +42. Because both of these have negative exponents, what I'm going to do is first move them to the bottom. So I'm going to have y to the 42nd on the top, over, and it's going to be 3 to the +6th value times x to the 24th. Well, 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is going to give you 729. So my answer would be y to the 42nd power over 729 x to the 24th power. That would be my final answer.